Some breaking news, police in pursuit of a stolen car.
Yeah, Desmond Shaw live in SkyCal to tell us more now. Desmond?
It involves LA County Sheriff's deputies here. We are in the Whittier area right now. So they were wanting to get everything kind of lined up here. They were following this vehicle, reported stolen, this older Land Rover, actually a Range Rover here. Kind of a classic vehicle, frankly, at this point, big 4x4. But it is, so they wanted to get the helicopter overhead before they tried to pull them over for exactly this reason, in case the suspect decided to take off. And so far, that is what they have decided to do. So even though they're using their turn signals here, we haven't seen super dangerous driving, although this just turned into a pursuit a couple of moments ago. So we'll see how this compares to other pursuits as they get ready to go underneath us here on Broadway. A couple of LA County Sheriff's deputies on the ground. You see the spotlight overhead from their helicopter as well. A stolen vehicle, a older Range Rover here that is just kind of perusing streets right now, only about 30 miles an hour, but again, allegedly stolen. We'll see if they authorize a pit maneuver or something like that, and how aggressive they're going to be in trying to stop this pursuit on surface streets in Whittier. Juan, Susie, and Mike.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does look definitely like an older Range Rover. It's got those special tires. It's lifted up from the ground a little bit, plus that spare tire in the back. I wonder if any of that could influence whether or not they do a pit maneuver or not.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Rogers at the desk, a pit maneuver with an SUV, pretty rare.
Yeah, I mean, it's doable. It's just those vehicles, especially, these type of Range Rovers are a little bit top heavy. Yep. So that is concerning. Then there's parked cars running a little bit of a more narrow street. I wouldn't say it's out of the question. Now, I'm trying to listen. Oh, pit is authorized. So there we go.
Okay.
Pit is authorized. We just heard on the radio. Now, remember, Sheriff's Department's a little bit different. Not every deputy is pit certified. Remember, for many, 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 many years, the Sheriff's Department, by policy, did not do pit maneuvers at all, period, no matter what. That policy changed, and then they're certifying deputies to do pit maneuvers. So not all deputies can do it, but it does sound like there is one that is at least available to do it. Now, this all started as what they call Code 9, which is their version of essentially a following. It's a pre-stop coordination where they ran the plate. It came back stolen. They got all their ducks in a row, got all the deputies, got the helicopter, and then tried to pull it over, and he took off. Now, during that time, when they were Code 9, when they were in the following, they were actually following all the rules of the road. They were stopping at stop signs. They were doing everything kind of the normal way that they should be. And then
this pursuit began as a traffic stop, leading police on a slow-speed chase, driving at 30 miles an hour. Now he will speed up at 35 miles an hour, but the officers did a pit maneuver. Now, that was the 1995-1998 used SUV was built for SUV, being followed by police. The driver eventually stopped, and now it's not going anywhere. But now he was on surface streets and neighborhoods. They began to do a pit maneuver just right now, moments later. The police cruisers in pursuit of that Range Rover, Defender SUV, made a left turn, did a pit maneuver, but it became disabled. That passenger had his hands off.
Definitely don't want anything
to do started a couple moments ago, went on for about, the pursuit went on for the last 5 to 10 minutes. At one point, that vehicle became stopped, and now it's not going anywhere. Now the driver is putting his hands up, and the passenger's hands up. But
sometimes we see them give up stolen vehicle pursuits, but this was not one of them. They decided to take this one, and they had a great opportunity for a pit there, and it looks like we barely had any property damage at all. A close call with that fence right there, but we've got hands out the window, and hopefully we'll see them surrendering shortly.
I was going to say, Mike, if there is any damage there to the fencing or to maybe the retaining wall around that home, what happens to that homeowner?
Yeah, they'll have to file a claim. Usually the county may pick it up, or if this driver's got insurance, it kind of depends, but it's not a fun process for anybody. It's certainly not a fast process either. And I just wanted to point out, I was watching Desmond's speedometer when they were doing the pit. Now we've got the passenger out and surrendering. You see the green laser, that's going to be a taser that they are pointing at.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got less lethal as well as lethal, obviously trained on this person. But we were just barely at the speeds acceptable for a pit maneuver. Remember, we like to do pits 30, 35 miles an hour. Look at Desmond's screen right there on the right side of your screen. We're approaching 34, 35 right when they do it.
Almost 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, and you can tell because of how fast it spun out. I mean, it's a really good example of why they don't like to do them much faster than that, because we just essentially really got lucky that where the spot was, that we didn't hit the utility pole there or go into the fence. But you know, that 35 miles an hour, 36 is really pushing kind of the limits of what they like to do speed-wise.
And whether the deputy is certified in the pit or not, Mike, I was just looking, those 3 cars all have that bumper in the front of the car, right?
Yeah, all 3 of them have the push bars on the front that they like to use for pit maneuvers. Now, they don't have to. You know, certainly LAPD, not all of their cars have push bars, and they do pit maneuvers without them. There's a little bit more cosmetic damage to the cars afterwards, but, you know, they'll still do them if they need to, but certainly it helps definitely get that good kind of bump and push with those push bars on the front of it.
Yeah, it looks like both people are out of the car. Is the driver still inside the car? We got the passenger out so far, and the deputies there have they put him, I believe, in a patrol car now, waiting for the driver to come out.
There,
calling off those orders now, telling him to hold his hands up and come out of the car. Looks like he is complying with those deputies out there, though. This, again, happening after a pursuit of a stolen SUV, as you see here, the LA County Sheriff's Department in pursuit of these people that were inside this car, and now the driver is about to get out, but not really driving recklessly, Juan, as far as we saw. It was only for maybe about 5 minutes that we saw it, but you know, they were going through surface streets, and that's what gave LA County Sheriff's deputies that perfect opportunity to do that pit maneuver on surface streets.
And it came to an end here in Whittier on Mills Avenue and Light Street. You can see the driver of this stolen car slowly getting out. When we show you the instant replay,
they do an instant replay of that
first time we showed it.
Pursuit.
The passenger stuck his hands out of the window
police cruiser tried to do a pit maneuver,
they didn't want to
but
play
it
around
was
it anymore.
successful.
Hands are already out,
This
Mike.
came to an end when they boxed him in.
We'll figure out what the deal is, but 9 times out of 10,
Dude,
if the passenger
that
doesn't
did a
have any
rolling
wants or rights,
roadblock. That
they'll let him
SUV
go.
is no longer going anywhere.
If there's no
But
aspect
2
of criminal
suspects are in
allegations
custody,
for that passenger,
but
he'll
it's
likely
still
be
there.
released.
Police
Especially to
officers
Juan's point, he was very, very quick to want to cooperate and
if
be
someone
done
else
with this.
inside that SUV, but no one is inside that
And who's to say that
SUV.
person, you know, voluntarily was inside this
now
car? You
the
know, maybe they didn't
suspects
want to go along for the
seem
ride.
to be cooperative and
you know, there's always
complying.
a situation where we've seen before where you've got passengers and the driver is now being taken into custody. You see those deputies approaching him, putting him in handcuffs there. But you've got those situations where, maybe he was in the car willingly,
this
but
all
certainly
started
didn't
as
want
a
to be along
traffic
for
stop,
a
leading police
high-speed
on a
chase
slow
or a
speed
medium
chase
speed
through
chase
neighborhoods
in a
and
stolen
surface
car, for
streets.
sure. So
Driving at
maybe
36
said, hey,
miles
let's
an
stop
hour,
here.
30
The
miles an
driver
hour.
was like, nope,
that was
we're
built
taking
for
off. So
SUVs,
sheriff
that Range Rover Defender,
Right, so this is where it's coming
1995,
to an end. The driver now out of the car
SUV of the
and
year
getting
by
put
Road and
into
Track
handcuffs
magazine.
by sheriff's
But
deputies out in Whittier
that
right now.
car has to
Again, a
face
stolen
backwards
SUV being
to the
pursued by
police
the LA County Sheriff's
officers as the
Department,
police
and now
vehicles
2 people
begin
under
to clear the
arrest.
scene.
An older model
We
SUV
listened
and
just a
no
short
damage
moment.
as far as we know to that home there, to the fence.
Thanks for
in the Whittier
watching.
neighborhood.
Goodbye.